So rule 3 answers the question, how was the periodic table made? And if you want to make your math professor really happy, you can show them this, because it says the periodic table was made from math. And this is where you're going to be able to do a little bit of active art. You're going to be able to fold up your periodic table, because it's going to show you how the periodic table was made by counting with odd numbers. Now, the reason why we're talking about this now is that the universe started out with just hydrogen and helium. That's number 1 and number 2 on your table. Somehow, after 13.7 billion years, we ended up with all these different elements that we're still expanding on today with our chemists. If you just heard about, they just added a few new elements officially. It took a really long time to do that, and it happened by steps. As the steps were made, they followed a chemical order, and that order was built from math. Now, to really understand this order, you have to take a class in quantum mechanics. Honestly, I don't think I really understand how this order all works, but the math is great. The math is beautiful. And so if you look at the math, you can see something to see a hint of how this might be. Okay, so if I'm saying it comes from counting odd numbers and multiplying by 2, let me show you what I mean. Count 1, 3, 5 boxes, 7 boxes. Multiply by 2. Then spread them out, like they're cards on a table. And by the way, this is one of the ways that the periodic table was figured out in the first place. You've had them stacked up and you fill them down like that. Oh, and that guy over there needs to move for historical reasons. But once we've done that, look what we've made. We've made a periodic table. This is the 1, this is the 3, this is the 5, and the 7 you normally don't see floating around somewhere down here. But really the 7 is folded away. And this is what I want to show you with your periodic table. The periodic table actually folds in these different blocks, and it moves up by odd numbers. And so if you see that it has little folding lines, it kind of folds like an accordion. Okay? And so if you fold this away, this is the block with 5 in it, 5 times 2. And you can fold it away because it's 5 times 2. And you can fold it away in a block of 5. The other thing is that this periodic table might look a little bit weird to you. The reason is, like we said, usually if you look at the numbers of the periodic table, these numbers are mysteriously disappearing because they've been folded away from you. In this version right here, they're folded away. So we can unfold them, and now you can see what the periodic table really looks like. So there's a mathematical order to the periodic table. And that number actually comes from the 3 dimensions of our universe, but no time for that tonight. Okay. So as the stars churned out the elements, you ended up with different elements. And one of the things about these different elements is that they have different properties. In fact, they even have different colors. If you've seen colored birthday candles, the colors in those candles come from different metals stuck onto the candle. And when you light it up, the metal glows a different color. So each of those is a different metal. And, you know, I thought you had to go to the store and buy these and like order them special on Amazon or whatever. But actually you can make them yourself. So if you want to surprise your friend with a colored birthday cake candle, you can actually do it yourself by soaking the candle beforehand in one of these solutions. And all of these are things that you can find somewhere, at least more easily than you can find colored candles probably. And you can have the different colors that come from different elements. Strontium is red, sodium is yellow, and you can get that just from table salt. Boron is yellow-green, and copper is green. And so you can make a whole rainbow of different colors for a candle by following this. There's more information. By the way, when I have to go, I'm usually just going to show you this really fast, but more information is at the link. Okay. So this allows you to predict something with chemistry, something that you probably haven't done before. If you took a pickle and you plugged it into a wall socket, please don't try this at home. But if you did, which of these colors would it be? I'll leave that as a homework question for you to think about, and if you think you know the right answer, you're probably right. And also you can look this one up on the internet because brave people have done it before you. So it's predictable because the chemical in the pickle determines its color. And the shape of the periodic table is predictable from the physics and math behind it. And that gives us a periodic table.